Well, hey there, this is Zeke, and I'm out in my workshop, and I wanted to discuss what I consider to be a tragic situation for two families down in Florida. One of them is the family of a 17-year-old young man by the name of Treyvon Martin, and the family of another young man by the name of George Zimmerman, who's 28 years old. Now, what we know to be fact, if you're paying attention to the news media, is one, George Zimmerman was a neighborhood watch captain. Two, Treyvon Williams was an unarmed person walking through a neighborhood with Skittles and iced tea on him. And three, George Zimmerman wound up shooting and killing Treyvon Martin. It's a tragic situation for both families because both families have to deal with that situation. And to be honest with you, facts-wise, we don't know a hell of a lot more than that. But what's troubling me, and the reason I'm making this video, is people like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and other quote-unquote leaders of the quote-unquote black community are stirring up a lot of emotions in a lot of people. And they're making all kinds of claims. They're claiming that George Zimmerman needs to be arrested and brought to justice. And he may be, I don't know. But they're claiming that he wasn't arrested the night of the shooting. And that's not true. Because there's now film of him being brought into the police station in handcuffs that night, the night of the shooting. And another thing we know is George Zimmerman claims that he shot Treyvon in self-defense. Well, there's been a lot of testimony coming out and people standing up on behalf of George Zimmerman stating that it really was self-defense. Again, we don't know, the public at large, we don't know that any of that is true or false. But what's happening is these quote-unquote black leadership groups are, well, essentially they're forming a lynch mob. The leader of the new Black Panther Party has put out a bounty on the head of George Zimmerman. Spike Lee, a famous movie director, actually tweeted an address for George Zimmerman, which turned out to be the wrong address, and now there's an older couple in their 70s that's terrified to go back to their own home because a bunch of thugs went there trying to collect on that bounty. Scared the crap out of those poor old folks. And if I was those folks, I'd be hiring me the meanest, toughest lawyer I could find, and I'd take everything I could away from Spike Lee. And the thing about it is he hasn't even apologized. See, what's going on right now is a modern-day lynch mob. This is 2012, for Christ's sake. Haven't we grown up better than that? I think Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and people like him need to shut the hell up and let the justice system work. If Mr. Zimmerman needs to go to jail, well, then he needs to go to jail. But that's not for the public to decide based on very little information. Well, that's my thoughts on it. And you have a great day.